Of course, now that Chyna is dead, the talks are already starting in WWE about a Hall of Fame induction. A little late. Should have mended the fences. Should have talked it out. Should have resolved the differences, okay? Because, ladies and gentlemen, here is the latest. Triple H talked about Chyna going into the WWE Hall of Fame. You can find this on wrestlinginc.com. Triple H said that, it's not my decision, but I definitely think, as I have said before, that what she did in her life certainly warrants it. Well, this is not what he said on the WWE network with the Stone Cold podcast. What Triple H said was, well, we can't really induct Chyna. We can't really, have anything to do with Chyna because if you look up Chyna's name, the Playboy comes up, this comes up, that comes up. He's speaking a little bit of a different tune now, in my opinion. There was never anybody like her before. Well, he's right about that. And there will never be anybody like her after. Well, that's true. And it certainly warrants, and I'm sure at some point, when the time is right, hopefully Chyna could go into the WWE Hall of Fame. Hopefully that could happen. This just is, it's sick, it's twisted, it's diabolical that, there have been superstars and legends and Hall of Famers who have done much, much worse than what Chyna did. And let's call, a spade a spade. It's not just about Playboy. It's about personal vendettas. It's about heat. It's about a lot of other things. This is a whole big picture. There's a lot of things misconstrued. Listen, Chyna wasn't perfect. Make no mistake about it. She had her demons. She made a lot of her own problems. But you know what? You can't base her off her problems. You have to base her off what she did in the wrestling business and, how she maintained herself and how she upheld herself and how, she made such a change and how she was a trailblazer in the wrestling business, how she was the first woman to enter the Royal Rumble. She won the corporate Royal Rumble. She was the Intercontinental Champion. She was a big piece of the Attitude Era. So Triple H is definitely singing a little bit of a different tune now that Chyna is dead, which I find Triple H was one of the closest ones to Chyna back in the day. And, there's been a lot of things that have happened. Some Triple H's fault, some Chyna's fault, some things that were said that shouldn't have been said. But at the end of the day, Chyna should have already been in the Hall of Fame, and things should have been resolved much more before this. Subscribe.